Shavuos Tovshin Chavdalet, by the Farbrengen, the second day of Shavuos, towards the end of the Farbrengen, the Rebbe spoke about Drush Chassidim, like he always did. The Rebbe would have said that by the big Farbrengens, whether it was a weekday Farbrengen for Tuskislev, Yuchvat, or Purim, etc., or a Yontev Farbrengen, the second day of Yontev, the big Farbrengen. So towards the end, he would speak about two things. He would speak about the Drush Chassidim, and he would speak about about the women. So here also at the end of the Farbrengen, he spoke about the Rosh Hashanah and finished off with the bracha. The Yidden should go out, and the Meitzer ala Merchav, they should go out from Russia. And the Rebbe said L'chaim, and he finished off the whole course. And then when he finished, usually the Seder used to be that right after he finished the Sikha of the Rosh Hashanah, there would be somebody who, the people, not somebody, everybody would start saying L'chaim for the Rosh Hashanah, and they would sing the Ningas Samecha. In this case, for some reason, I don't know what happened, no one said L'chaim, and no one started the Nigun. It took a few moments, and the Rebbe, his face became very upset, and he said, in other words, he was upset why no one is saying it, and he started saying, if we be talking about a brother of yours or a relative of yours, then we don't have to wait till I tell you. Now we're negated to a whole klal, so no one cares about it. So now people caught on what he's saying, so they started singing Yeshir Samecha, but the Rebbe did not like it, because this was Shem Mizog Gilatet. It was patched up. He didn't like it. And the Rebbe, being so upset, started singing to himself. You could see out of his marmaris, he was so verbittered from what happened, and he started singing this niggun. Now, there are some people in the crowd who know of Seichel, didn't understand that the Rebbe is he's giving out his frustration. So what did they do? They started helping him. Like sometimes the Rebbe would start a niggun, the people would continue singing. So they started helping him. So the Rebbe got upset about that itself, and he took the napkin that was laying on the table and he threw the napkin down on the table. And while he did that, it was such a strong motion that it tipped over the becher, and the becher tipped over, and it was more or less empty, but it tipped over and it fell. And then the Rebbe started saying, with such israkshas, he started saying, tomorrow you're going to come and talk about sending papers to a brother or a relative. That's what you're going to care. Now, when there's such a Yisrael is, and now you could have caused that 2.5 million Yidden will be able to go out, and now through saying L'chaim, no one cares. It looked like it was mamash Eis Rotz and Mumayla that they were able to do it, and no one cares. And he went on and he said, they think about other things that Tzabei and Kesev Azov. Then there was one person that started saying L'chaim, and the Rebbe said to him, when it comes to Kiddush, then you make Kiddush on a full cup of mashke. And now we're talking about the Rosh Hashanah, you're Yetzer with a little cup of mashke, and the Rebbe was you could see he was very upset. And he said, is there any child here under Bar Mitzvah? Because to them I can't have any tightness. And he brought a child, and they started singing Yeshir Samecha, and other children started helping him, and the Rebbe started singing with them, and you could see that the Rebbe was in a very great dveikus. It was a very, very serious moment by the Rebbe. He was very, very upset. And then the Rebbe said things which I think they didn't even put into Hanoche, so I don't know if I should even say it. The Rebbe said these words, Ya Rachmanes af mir and Rachmanes af eich. Ya Rachmanes af mir, vot afich vanem dem Benkel, schlach no beyat tishlach. Send somebody, soll kommen als Zweiter, he said, und soll sagen, wenn sie sagen L'chaim, wenn sie singen dem Nigen. Und Ja Rachmanes af eich, hot nicht von wem zu hören. And the Rebbe was and he said a few more words, which at this moment I don't remember by heart. And the Rebbe was very b'yisrakshus. And then, when this was over, the Rebbe then right away benched, and Mamish, the Farbrengen was finished right away. He benched and then gave Dav Meirim and gave Kosher Broche. And I remember the feeling by Anash was so brochen of the way the Rebbe felt, and even using such schwere words. Why do I have to be the Votafich Vanem the Benkel? I mean, never heard. And I remember I heard the next morning from Rabbi Rothstein, who was one of the Rebbe's secretaries, and he was a real smart person. He was Uismensch. He said, who knows what the Rebbe is going to do now? He said, it was very, very, until later people, calmed down, but this was such a great Yisrakshas, and we saw that we missed an opportunity that the Rebbe saw, there's a Eis Rotzen, that who knows, that he said, 2 million, 2,5 million Jiden wollten gehen nach Russland.